Technology is the single biggest factor that has influenced communication in our history. Think about how much technology affects how we communicate. This video is going to explain just how important technology is to communication, and it's going to explain how we use technology in this class to communicate. Think about how technology has influenced our communication in the past. Everything from stone tablets to scrolls to books to the printing press to newspapers. Pens and pencils were a big deal when they came in. The telegraph, telephones, and then when computers and cell phones and the internet came in, life changed. And the two biggest of these were the printing press and the internet. Both of those changed our entire way of viewing the world. When the printing press came in, people were being able to be educated. They didn't just have to trust the experts to tell them what was what. They could self-educate. When the internet has come in, we have this whole world that has opened up. We communicate in a much different way than we did even 20 years ago because of the internet. So it has really big factors that affect how we communicate. 500 years ago, it would take you months to hear from somebody overseas. Today it takes seconds. That's a big deal. It's a very big deal when you consider how we view our world. We have new up-and-coming technologies that will affect our communication quite significantly. We have augmented reality and virtual reality and gesture recognition. These things are all around, and we're capable of using them today, though they haven't been adopted by the vast majority of users. They will be in the next decade. And then we have things like holograms and AI, which are a little farther off. They're not quite so close, but they're still going to affect us in our lifetimes. In my lifetime, and let alone those of you who are younger, they will definitely be around in your lifetimes. So we have all these technologies that affect us and are going to change the way we communicate. And so even the way you're comfortable with now, it will change in the future. And it's exciting, but it's also a little daunting because you have to stay up with that technological change. Effective communication today requires at least some capability with technology. Think about your grandparents. Do they struggle to communicate with you because they don't understand the technology you're familiar with? Or they might not be comfortable with it? We have to stay up with technology in order to be effective communicators. As a whole, older people do struggle with technology. This is something that was new and different that came in at a later age for them. And it can be quite a struggle for someone who hasn't learned the skills at an earlier age. And it's easy to think, especially if you're under 30, that you will never have that problem because you grew up with technology. It was all around you. It's been a big part of you, and you will have an easier time with this technology. However, technology changes, and it's going to change significantly if we keep going the way we are. Even if you are young, you may find that you struggle with technology at a later date. That is something you really want to watch for. You also need to realize that as a group, most people use technology very shallowly unless it specifically pertains to your field. And then you get to know that technology quite well. And that can be a problem if you ever decide to change careers, or if you get stuck on a project that's using an older technology and suddenly you come out from that project and you don't have updated skills. There are some definite things, if you are not aware of keeping your skills up and functioning, that you can run into. Some definite problems you can run into. The best solution for this situation and for the ever-changing technology in our society is to keep up the skill of technological adaptability. Technological adaptability is the ability to learn and comprehend new technology without fear and with confidence. It is a skill in itself, that you can develop and that you can learn. And if you keep that skill up, you will find whatever technological challenges you get, you will be able to meet and handle. Like any skill, technological adaptability needs to be built and then maintained. The way you do this is by practice. You want to purposely practice learning new technologies every once in a while. Challenge yourself to do something new and different, to learn a new game, or take on a new hobby that will challenge your technological skills. When you need to refer to experts, go get information about what's up and coming and go learn those things. And mostly you want to maintain your skills. It's really easy to think that you are going to stay at this ability to learn technology quickly and easily your entire life. But if you are young, this will slow down. And those of you who are older know what I'm talking about. It gets more challenging. I am a technological adaptability expert. I used to be able to learn a new program in minutes, and it's slowed down as I've aged, even with me continuing to practice the skill. Here are some specific ways that you can practice technological adaptability. Try something new. Get on a new program, again, a new hobby or a new game or something. A great way to practice a skill is to go make gifts for friends. Go create a calendar or, a PowerPoint for your grandmother or something that will challenge your skills in a way you haven't done before. A lot of games out there will challenge your skills, will make you think in a new way technologically, and so you may want to try a new game. Also, you might consider doing some volunteer work, help someone out. Maybe you take on a brochure for a charity that you care about. Or you set up a website for them or something like that. So you want to keep practicing the skill. It's very important to keep practicing technological adaptability because you will lose it if you do not. And in our world, you can't afford to lose this skill. You simply can't afford to lose it. It is far too important in this technology-run world. I have designed the exercises so that you do have to find the solutions on your own for a reason. There's a couple of them. One is that it does help you retain knowledge longer. If you struggle to find the information, you are going to remember it for weeks, possibly months or years, where if I just get up on the screen and show you how to do something, you'll remember it only for minutes at best. It also helps you develop problem-solving skills. You start thinking about how to solve an issue, how to find a solution in this program without having someone else's guidance. It also helps you develop independent learning, where you are able to learn on your own. I will not be out there in the workforce to show you how to do things. And so you know that there is a solution to these issues, to these challenges that you have in these exercises. And so it will help you actually practice that independent learning, actually practice being able to find a solution so that when you're out there in the workforce, you can find your own solution when you face technological struggles. When getting help, there are a number of places you can look. To start with, try help systems. Microsoft Word's help system is actually quite good. The problem is it tends to assume that you know how to get to the point it starts at, and it starts in the middle. They're better about that now, but sometimes you can have no clue how to get to the point that they're discussing. Otherwise, it tends to be pretty helpful. Also try Google. Google's great help. Set out to use Google, search. You can take you all kinds of places that will really help. And finally, try knowledge bases and user forums. They can be very helpful. They can also be very unhelpful, but they are a place to at least try. If you really get stuck, you can always contact me and I'll be glad to help you. You might try the forums on Blackboard because that's a great place to put your questions, and you're probably not the only one who has them. Now, I hope that you will go continue practicing being technologically adaptable. Remember, even those of you in technical fields, it's possible to get behind. And I wish you luck with your technology endeavors.